Hi, it's KJ Murdoch from Revelation and Restoration Academy of Music and Drama. It's a blessing to serve you by helping you excel with your voice. We're looking right now at how to relax so you can really let it out when you sing. Ah. Now that sounds classical, but the relaxed voice is important for any style. Yeah. I want to know the things you know, and I want to show the people I know. Lord willing, I'll be giving away a lot of tips like this through the Academy website. Right now, I want you to sing a note and listen to your sound. Go ahead. What did you think of your sound? Your voice is probably fresh right now since we're just starting, but have you ever felt like your voice was just shot, completely worn out after you sang for a while? It doesn't have to be that way. There are different reasons it can be that way, or can avoid being that way, but the one we'll focus on right now is your breathing. We can work on one thing at a time. I hope you're covering this module right at the beginning of your practice because it lays the groundwork for everything else you'll be doing. One thing that's really important for singing right is breathing right. And for one element of that, of course, you want to make sure you are relaxed so you won't accidentally have a tense throat and then a tense sound in your voice. Ah! Not only does that sound bad, but if I did it all the time, or did much of it, I might damage my vocal cords, especially if I did it all the time. There are singers whose careers have ended because they've damaged their vocal cords permanently by singing with a rough tone for too long, too often. It's important to be relaxed. There are other ways to show emotion. Now, there's a difference between relaxing, which is good, and singing lazily, which is bad. But that's another story that, Lord willing, we'll cover later on. For now, let's just concentrate on relaxing. Stretch your arms above your head as high as you can. Of course, if you're in mixed company especially, you'll want to make sure your shirt is long enough so you don't embarrass yourself. But clasp your hands together above your head. Again, as high as you can reach. Stretch like you're just waking up. Stretch. Yes. Lean a little bit from side to side. Feel how that relaxes you, and how putting your arms up like that raises your sternum also. That's important too. Keep that in mind for later, but keep those arms up and yawn. This time see how quiet you can be as you yawn again. If you can take in a lot of air at once, but you can still keep it quiet, that means your throat is relaxed. But even if it is, keep going, because the more we concentrate now on relaxing that throat, and relaxing in general, the less likely we are to tense up later on when we're singing. Keep those arms up and lean way over to one side. Like that. You stay leaned over. I'm going to come back up so you can see me on camera. Feel how open and how relaxed the other side feels. Not the side you're leaning toward, but the other side. If you're leaning to the right, your left side will feel nice and relaxed and open. If you're leaning to the left, your right side will feel that way. When you yawn again in a moment, as quietly as possible, you're going to pay attention to how much air you're taking in. Can you still get in as much air as before? Try it while you're still leaned over. What did you feel? Could you get out as much air as before? Could you get in as much air as before? Could you get more air? Stay leaned over like that, and keep your hands outstretched above your head. And yawn again. Think about the open, relaxed feeling in the one side now, the side you're leaning away from and stretching out. Remember that feeling, because that's the feeling you want to keep when you're singing. The other side, the side you're leaning toward, is pushed together like a can of sardines. I want you to remember that feeling too. Think of that feeling, but remember it as what you don't want to feel when you're singing. If you start feeling that way when you're singing, then it's time to concentrate on relaxing. Now lean over in the other direction, toward the other side. Way over, stay over. Feel how the side that was squashed together before feels nice and open and relaxed now, the way it should. Yawn a few times and see if you can get as much air as before, as quietly as before, or maybe even more so. Now put your arms above your head again, straight up in the air, not leaning over anymore. Take a few more deep yawn-like breaths, but this time let out the air nice and slowly and think of how relaxed you feel. Just like that. I'm not talking about some sort of meditation, contemplating your navel, being one with the universe, anything like that. That's not my worldview. I'm a Christian. I'm just talking about being relaxed. Those of you who've been singing for a while know that the more relaxed you are, the better tone you can get. So you understand the value of what we're doing now. By the way, if this makes you start yawning more than you mean to, or yawning by accident in between all these on-purpose yawns that we're doing, it means you're doing very well, or else you're just tired. Hopefully, you feel a nice, healthy openness in your chest cavity when you relax with your arms up like this. If not, just consciously raise your rib cage, and then you should feel it. Now keep that nice, high rib cage as you quietly and quickly yawn that breath in. And still keep that nice high rib cage and sternum while you quietly and slowly let that breath out. Doesn't that feel relaxing? I love relaxing. Relaxing, relaxing, relaxing. Yeah. Breathe in again the same way. Still with your arms up over your head. And in a moment, not yet, you're going to yawn it out as slowly and quietly as possible while you lower your arms. But you're going to keep that rib cage high. Try it now. Could you do it? If not, try again. If so, do it again just because it's good to reinforce your success. Now sing a note again. Do you hear a difference in sound? Whether you had a great sound before or not, we always want to keep improving. So does it sound even better now? If so, then great. If not, then that's okay. There's still a lot more ground to cover that can help us keep improving and improving. What we're doing right now is the groundwork of groundwork.